Okay, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Kuhuluyamla, Yahweh. Bahashim, Yahushai. Bahashim, Rakahakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the waters will the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely, keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yahanan Awaf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying before camp. And just wanted to, we just read through the scriptures, and you got these Edomites and other nations as well, but mainly these Edomites of today's time. When they hear the scriptures come out, and that they're going into captivity, things of that nature, and they'll tell you that they had absolutely nothing to do with slavery. I didn't own no slaves. You're not a slave. This is what they'll tell you. They're not thinking that not knowing that you are a reincarnation of your parents, so to speak, or your great grandparents or whatever. And then at the same time too, they're benefiting off of what their ancestors done, even if they were to say, okay, well, we had nothing to do with it, but you're benefiting daily off of what your ancestors done to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? And then at the same time too, we're still in captivity. Well, they'll tell you, oh no, you're not in captivity, because you can get into your car and you can drive to McDonald's and get you a number 4. But no, we're still in captivity in this nation, in this landmass, this continent called America, which is named after a so-called white man, and they'll basically tell you, hey, look, we had nothing to do with it. You're not slaves anymore. Look, you're doing good. You have jobs, but they're not looking at it as a fact that we're not a nation. We don't have our own things as a nation. We're not a part of you. That's what they try and make it seem like we're Americans. We're all just this one big set of people. No, we're a nation of people within a nation of people in captivity. As so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are Israelites. And we've been here for 500 years, and they still haven't paid us for what we've done. We're still being gunned down. We're still the lowest on the totem pole. We still have the worst of educational system, the worst of the air quality, worst of the food quality, the worst of everything. We don't have a military. We don't have our own hospitals. We have to send our kids to school to learn your LGBTQ community curriculum and shit like that. So you guys are gonna have to pay for all of that. See, you're not looking at the big picture. There's a big picture to this thing. See, people be kind of looking at little bitty minute details and shit like that, little things. They don't look at the big picture of what's being done and what has been done, and that somebody's got to pay for those crimes, right? So let's get Psalm 7 and 15 real quick. It says, he made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate, which is his own head. So his violent dealings, he's going to have to, eventually pay for. It's say, for instance, like I said again, you got these newer generation, Gen X, Gen Zs, whatever. They'll tell you, well, we had nothing to do with it. But again, you're living off the creation of what your forefathers done. You're living off the violent dealings of your people. You're living off of it. You're actually benefiting from it. So if there's a bank robbery and I'm the guy that's sitting in the driver's seat, and my other accomplices come running out of the bank with the bags, just because I wasn't in the bank, that don't mean that I don't get no time too if we get caught. No, they're gonna give me some time too. You the getaway driver. Or say, for instance, I'm just walking up the street. You're in the house. You don't know that your dog has squeezed through the gate. You got a little spot in your gate that needs to be, better protected, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? The dog squeezed through. You don't know. And you're not intentionally letting the dog out to attack anyone, but your dog attacks me, bites me. You're going to have to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Even though you can tell the judge. The judge may even know, like, well, we know, ma'am or sir, that you didn't intentionally let your dog out, but still, that's your dog. It's your responsibility, regardless to whether or not you let him out on purpose or not. But Your Honor, my gate, it was just my gate. Well, your gate is your property. You should be assessing your gate. But I didn't know. All right, well, but see, this is what I'm saying. See, Esau, y'all gonna have to pay for what you've done, and y'all digged a lot of pits that you're now falling into. Let's get Deuteronomy 30 and 7 real quick. See, now you're looking for everybody to have pity upon you because you're doing bad. Now you want to join up with so-called black people and talking about all lives matter. Let's all get together. The government is against us. They're trying to divide us. We ain't never been together. Deuteronomy 30:7, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And this is what we're starting to see happen, man. And it's not just a so-called white man. It's all you nations, but mainly it's him. He's the top, matter of fact, let's get it. He's the top enemy of the Lord. Psalms 83. It gives you a list of the enemies of the Lord right here. Let me start from the top. Psalms 83:1. A song or a psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee lifted up the head. See, the Lord has enemies. And of course, his enemies are going to hate who he chose. He chose the children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right? It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Who's the chosen people? Who's the hidden ones? It's the Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. What does it say? They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. That's why they come up with all these crazy ass laws. You know, they write books and curriculum strictly for our people to be dumbed the fuck down. You know, they put the man against the woman against the man, the children against the adults. You know, they cause discord among brethren in the households. All crafty counsel. They understand that we're not to eat pork, but they slip in pork into all the fucking food. You can't even go and get a decent bottle of wine now if they ain't slip some damn pork in it. What the fuck pork got to do with some wine? All kinds of stuff. And the list goes on and on. We can sit all day and name off the list of things that Esau has done, man, on the crafty counsel tip, man. He got our men thinking that they can be fucking women. He got our women thinking they can be fucking men. And I mean, the households are in total disarray. You see? It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. See? So these nations have said, come, let's cut these niggas off, man. Let's give them bywords. Let's give them bywords for names as nations of people. Let's make them think that they're Africans. Let's make them think that they're black. Let's make them think that they're Hispanic, Native Americans. You know, so our people don't even know they even call themselves an Israelite. And a lot of our people are so dumbed down now, they don't even consider it. That's going off to Isaiah 1:3. The ox knoweth its owner, and the ass its master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, they do not even consider. Esau done downtrodden us to the point where we don't even consider who we are. We just like, fuck it, we're Americans. You know? Thinking that we should be going out and voting for Kamala because you're a so-called black, you gotta be a Democrat. That's all crafty counsel, man. But anyway, let's get to this list, this list of enemies. Right? It says the tabernacles of Edom. That's the biblical name for Esau, the so-called white man. Esau. They're Edomites. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, which are your so-called Arabs today. Moab, which is your so-called Chinese today. The Hagarenes, you got Gebal and Ammon. Those are your so-called Japanese today. You got Amalek, that's another Edomite tribe, which is the top Edomite tribe that's over there in Israel right now, claiming to be the holy people. Right? These are all the people that came up against us, you know, and made crafty counsel. What do you think they're doing at these UN meetings and summits and, you know, G20 summits and all these, you know, these WEF and World Economic Forum? What do you think they're doing when they're really there? They're really keeping a plan together to keep you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans from knowing that you are the chosen people, the holy people of the Lord, the apple of the Lord's eye, Yashra Allah, man, princes of the power. This is what they're doing. So they think that they don't have to pay for these things, but they do. Yep, and it goes on to say the Philistines, which is Africans, because we're not Africans. Again, that's crafty counsel that they were trying to make us, put us together with all dark-skinned people. Everybody with melanin is not the same people. An Ethiopian is not going to claim to be one of you Negroes. You best believe that. They trying to stay as far away from your ass as they can, even though some of them darker than you. But they ain't going to say we the same people. Right? It says, Assur also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah. So Esau, He's the top nation that got all the other nations together and say, hey, look, let's squash all our differences. We can work all that out later. But right now, let's work on keeping them Negroes down. We can't ever allow them to know who they are. We have to keep feeding them bullshit food. We have to make their children into little rugrats and gangsters. Let's give them gangster music. Let's give them black cinema. You know, all the damn. Why every black movie, so-called black movie, got to be something gangster, or some hoes? You know, some gangster hoes. That's crafty counsel, man. So they're gonna have to pay for all that stuff. Now, did all of them physically put a hand into it? No, the Edomites, they just working jobs themselves. They don't really know what's going on. But guess what? It don't make no difference. It's still their race of people, and they're all gonna have to pay as a race of people. Let's get that real quick. Job 34:29. Because they really don't think that they have to pay, man. Job 34:29, it says, when he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him, whether it be done against a nation or against a man only? See? So the Lord, he deals with nations of people. And he deals with the men, women, and children individually of those nations of people. But as a nation of people, you Edomites, y'all got to go into captivity. You had your chance to rule. We're going to get our chance to rule. And it's going to be an everlasting rulership. See, that's the thing. Let's go into the Apocrypha real quick. Second Esdras. Let's start at verse 7. Chapter 6, verse 7. It says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. See, when you go through the history, see, that's, you know, Christians, they read the Bible like it's just, you know, it's for everybody. They're not reading the Bible as if it's for the Israelites and there's a history to it. You know, all those battles, all those people that were born, that whole lineage of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, Yahushai. They're not looking at that. That's a history. That is the history of the Israelites. The fight between Esau and Jacob, that's always been going on. Esau and Jacob is mentioned together in the New Testament. It tells you in Romans chapter 9 that the Lord, matter of fact, let's get it, that the Lord, he chose he chose Jacob, man. And that's more crafty counsel, that they took the scriptures, whitewashed all the scriptures, and told our people that a so-called white man is your Lord and Savior. That's crafty counsel, man, that they put together for our people, man. Trying to think, where is it at? It's around. Oh, Romans chapter 9. Let's start at let me start at verse 12. It said it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, which Esau is the older. He's the elder, and he's going to serve the younger, which is Jacob, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Why is this in the New Testament? That was quoted from the Old Testament. This is where this is being quoted from. So it don't go to the New Testament all of a sudden, the Lord, he loves Esau all of a sudden. No, it don't work like that. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. See? So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh that showeth mercy. See? So the Lord, he chooses who he wants. He's the one that's running this show. He's the one running this show. And then it goes on to talk about it, you know, let's see here. Verse 17, for scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. And this is what's going on with Esau. Esau has just been raised up. America has been raised up as this top powerhouse to basically be nuked to death, you know, and burnt to smithereens and turned into a damn desert. Also that, you know, the Lord is going to get fame off of that. Esau is not going to run no kingdom no further than what the Lord wants him to run it. And so then what's going to happen is, as soon as he falls, he's gonna go into the ditch that he dig for us. You know, hardcore slavery, bro. He's not coming out of that, man. He's not getting away with that. Well, what do we have to do with it? Let's get Isaiah. And these other nations as well, man. We're going to put it on all the asses. You can't wait, too, man. Praying to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that I'm a part of that. Real talk, man. Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. See? It says prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. So you can say I had nothing to do with it all you want to. You're an accomplice to the crime. You're actually who your forefathers were. That's the thing. Because reincarnation is real in the scriptures. So you're going to have to pay for what your forefathers done to the children of Israel. You can be the sweetest old white lady in the world. You know, never done anything to nobody. You've never had a criminal record. You know. You could be one of those Edomites that actually spoke up, man. That's not right, dude. It's not going to make no difference. You know, you still going into captivity as a whole. Y'all going into captivity as a bundle. And then after the 1,000 years of working, y'all asses is going straight into that pit that you dig. You know, we just put some goddamn charcoal, some lighter fluid on y'all asses, man. It's a wrap. It's a done deal. So I just wanted to touch on that. When I seen that, I'm like, yeah, man, hey Esau got to pay. Because this also goes off into Israelites as well. Two-thirds of Israel, man, are going to pay, man. You know, Israel out here just doing all kinds of dirty shit. You out here doing dirty shit to your family members. You talking shit. You backbiting. You know, you not, the scripture says to love your brother and as yourself. Love your neighbor, man. Treat him as you want to be treated. You wouldn't want to be stolen from. You wouldn't want to be plotting on your ass to kill you. You wouldn't want somebody to be eyeballing your property and trying to take what belongs to you and stuff like that. You wouldn't want somebody trying to take your wife and all this other stuff. But yet you'll go out and do that shit and then expecting justice when shit happens to you. So it's going to be a lot of our people that's going to get some of this work too, and it's happening on a day-to-day basis. This is a regular thing. Reaping what you've sown is a regular thing in the scriptures. Let me end out there. Galatians 6:7. No, what you put out there, you're going to get back. That's for sure. Galatians 6:7. Be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And see, the man Esau became a nation of people, and his nation of people are that's his family line, and they've all taken part. That man of sin, that son of perdition, they've all taken part in brutally just brutality towards the Israelites, treacherousness, man. I'm talking about shit that these people have done to us, man, is beyond comprehension. So they're not going to be able to build cities amongst the world anymore, man. We're going to tear all this shit down, man. All this shit that they call luxury, their fucking penthouses. Motherfuckers up on 50th floor looking out towards the ocean. Nah, we're tearing all that shit down, man. Y'all would never get nothing like that no more. You would never feel lofty in our kingdom. Y'all asses is going to lick the dust, man. Matter of fact, the scriptures talks about that too. Yeah, y'all going to lick the dust, man, in the kingdom, bro. Same way we was on the bottom, y'all ass is going to be on the bottom. Isaiah 47:1, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. It's not going to happen for you. Take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea. Thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. See, this is how the Lord is coming. The Lord's not coming to meet you, as the lamb that he was when he first came, That was him doing the work of the prophecy, you know what I'm saying? And fulfilling that prophecy of him being the ultimate sacrifice for the children of Israel. That's who he came for. And if you read through Luke chapter 1, I say it all the time, that chapter gives you exactly why the Lord is coming. To get us out of the hands of our enemies, those enemies that I named off in Psalms 83. The Edomites, the so-called white man, so-called Chinese man, so-called Japanese, the so-called Ishmaelites, so-called Arabs, so on and so forth. The Lord is coming to get us out of the hands of the enemies. It's gonna be a beautiful thing, man, because we're you know, they worn out the saints, man. Our people just here, man, just making plans for the next 20 years. You know, Jake trying to go to college, Jake trying to, you know, and I get it, you know what I'm saying? You know, you want to, you know, you're trying to do something, but the big picture again. The big picture is your daily bread, really, man. In reality, like just living the day to day until the Lord comes, man. We'll get ours on the other side. This is not our rest. This is not for us. This place was never built for us like this, man. The world was built for our sake, but you know, even Edris was talking about that. Why don't we have anything in it? You know? But this captivity that we're in, man, you know, no, man, we you know, the Lord is gonna got something real beautiful for us in the future, man. We just got to make it through this, you know. Just pray to Yahweh about H.I.M that we're accounted worthy enough to make it through all the things that are to come to pass, and accounted worthy enough to stand before the Son of Man. So I'm gonna end out there, man. I just wanted to do something before camp. About to head out in a little bit here, and set up. Also get ready for the Shabbat as well coming in, you know what I'm saying, and put together some eats or something like that, you know. But get some study and rest or whatever got to be done. Will of Yahweh about H.I.M. But anyway, with that, hey, we almost out of here, man. Kwam Yashala and a Bible Ball.